masks. Hello, good morning, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for ages. You alright, keeping well? Yeah, good. Masks have featured in the news quite recently, or as governments like to call them, face coverings. And what they're designed, scientists tell us that they're designed to not so much to protect you, but to protect other people from you. So people wear the face coverings and it prevents that contamination between people. So I am not going to infect you rather than the other way around. But it strikes me as though masks, not just worn at the moment, but they've been worn for many, many years, centuries in fact. All of us wear them. We get that person who crosses us in the street, hello, how are you? And 9 times out of 10 we respond, oh, I'm okay, thank you very much. Little do we realise that somewhere in the background we are wearing a mask. We are wearing a kind of a facade. We don't really want to tell people who we really are or what we're really doing. And so we just say we're okay when deep down we may not be feeling okay. What are we going to do? What are we going to tell people? How are you? How are you going to respond? I wonder if somebody said to you today, how are you doing? Are you all right? Would you simply respond in the way you usually do by saying, yes, I'm okay, thank you very much? Or would you tell people how you feel and hope that that person would respond by listening to you, trying to understand you, trying perhaps to sit down next to you and listen as you share? Just recently in the news, Prince William has been inviting football players to share some of their feelings, and well-being and mental health is all in the news. And yet I wonder, somebody sits you down or you sit down with them and ask, how are you? And they respond by telling you how they are and you listen. There's a New Testament story in the Gospel of Mark chapter 5. Jesus has been out all night with his disciples. And what happens is they land in a particular region called Gadara. And as the boat comes ashore, all of a sudden a man comes charging towards them, ranting and raving, Son of God, Son of the Most High, what do you want to do with me? And this man has been chained up night and day in a local graveyard. His family don't know what to do with him. People can't work out what to do. Nobody listens to him. So he sits in the dark, he sits in the wind and the rain, he cuts himself with stones, he rants and raves. And now Jesus has arrived. And in conversation, Jesus says to him, what's your name? And he responds by saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. In another biblical version, he says, my name is Mob. There are crowds of us. He's a man with voices in his head, shouting at him, ranting and raving at him. Nobody listens to him, and all he can do is harm himself and shout and scream. Jesus listens to him for some time and eventually says to whatever it is that is occupying the man's mind, come out of him. And the man calms down and the man sits still. And Jesus removes his chains, and there the man, having had Jesus listen to him, is suddenly transformed. The demons that are within him charge off in amongst a herd of pigs nearby, throwing themselves off a cliff. But the man, his life is transformed because somebody took the opportunity to listen to him. He's not Legion, for we are many, all those voices charging about in his head. He's not a madman, as somebody was described. Chuck him out of the village, chain him up, leave him there, ranting and raving. Jesus listens. Jesus understands. Jesus seeks to work out what is going on in the man's life. Masks is about the masks that we often wear. And like the facial coverings, they're not just there to protect us, they are there to protect others. I wonder, will you let your mask slip today? Will you tell somebody how you really feel? Will you just share with somebody else? Will they share with you? How are you today? I'm fine, thank you very much. Masks.